Aloha, everyone. For those of you who are new to my Facebook authors page, my name is Alexander Demetrius. I wrote The Reward of Not Knowing, A Hero's Inward Journey, which is my memoir of growing up with a mother with multiple personality disorder. And because my life was in such disarray, I started looking for answers and dove deeply into spiritual teachings, philosophy, psychology, and it has spurred me onto my own journey that I have been journeying for quite some time, and now I'm taking that journey to new heights, and it is my intention to bring other people along with, not only to share my journey, but to inspire others just like you, who have aims of your own to go out and find your bliss and follow it. And so today I will be conducting a short lesson plan on Kundalini Yoga. But before I get into that, just to give you a little history on my own journey, I am currently coming to you live from Dublin, Ireland. And it sounds very natural for me to say that because I made the firm decision that my birthday gift to myself this year was to travel abroad, which I've been wanting to do since I was in my 20s. And it's never too late, kids. And I've worked a variance of jobs, but I was determined that I was going to get out here. So out here I am, and now I feel compelled to share what I have learned over the years with all of you. I know there are many coaches out there, life coaches, guides. I don't know what category I fall into because I give what I know. You know, I think it was Maya Angelou who said, when you learn, teach; when you give, or when you get, give. So in the spirit of giving to all of my brothers and sisters out there in the only country that I celebrate, which is the globe, with all the nations containing all of my brothers and sisters in them. Hello, Linda Martinez. Hello, Jim Marks. Hello, Jane Ruxing. Welcome. So in the spirit of that, I look forward to conducting more lessons plans, but also sharing my journey. I'll be going on a road trip, I believe. It's my intention to go on a road trip to explore the country, or the island, and the countryside of Ireland, because it's spectacular, no matter if it's shining or not, which most likely it will not, but it doesn't take away from the beauty that I'm looking forward to seeing and setting my, my eyes on for the first time. And if any of y'all have not seen it, you'll be setting your eyes on it as well. And hopefully come out here because it's magnificent. So, to start things off, what is Kundalini Yoga? Well, in spiritual practice, the Kundalini means coiled up. It is a symbolic serpent that is coiled up at the base of the spine. And when it is coiled up like that, there is no active energy. There's only a reactive personality, not an active one. And like this dog out there who's going bananas, he's reacting to something. And that was my life at one point. I didn't know how to respond to people who may have been bringing adversity into my life. I only knew how to react because that's what I saw growing up. And so there are, when I speak of chakras, chakras are also called Padma, which means lotus, or chakra meaning wheel. So there are 7 Padma, or 7 chakras, that are aligned throughout the center of the spine. These are symbolic symbols that symbolize energies that are active within our spirit. They represent fields of experience and planes of consciousness that are potential in the human psyche and spirit. And so the first three are located in the pelvic basin, from the waist down. The first one is called Muladhara, and at that chakra is primarily concerned with just sheer clinging on to life. There is no action taking place there. There's only reaction, as I mentioned earlier. And I think of dragons when I think of the first chakra. They hoard heaps of gold and virgins, both of which they can make no use of. I'm getting a message here. One moment. Here, if I could get some assistance from everyone to let me know, am I coming through? Are you able to? Yeah, you're able to comment. That's fantastic, I think. If so, let me know with hearts or comments. Otherwise, I'm just talking to hear my head rattle. I'll wait. I'm getting an okay from Valerie. It's up and running now. Sweet. Again, the first chakra, Muladhara, is basically just sheer clinging on to life, or as it's put, groveling before sheer fact. Actually, there's no such thing as a sheer fact. There's only an object for a subject, and the attitude of the mind beholding the object is what determines the character and meaning of the fact. The second chakra is located at the sex organs, and it is called Svadhisthana. Here, the primary psychological concern is for lust, sex, procreation, and then we go to, and these energies and these mental capacities we share with the animal kingdom, along with the third chakra, which is called Manipura, or the city of the shining jewel. And that is concerned with winning our place in the world, conquering others, the smashing and trashing and conquering of others. And when people are ruled by these first three chakras in the pelvic basin, psychologically, when you've done nothing in your life to get past a reactive personality, or you can't think of another individual in terms of love but only in lust, or you're always battling to win your place and see everyone as the opposition, that is also known as dharma. And people who operate at this level need to be controlled by laws. In fact, popular religions, mostly every popular religion right now, is concerned with health, level at the first chakra, wealth, level at the third chakra, and progeny, producing offspring. And when you're, just think of our popular religions, what they are concerned with. Lord, give us rain for our crops, help us win the war. It is not until we get to the fourth chakra, called vishuddha, that we are open up to compassion. You know, when we are primarily concerned with ourselves, everything is happening to us, not for us. I can attest to this in my own life. Hello, Kelly. Hello, Lisa. Welcome. Before I started on my own journey, both spiritual and outward, because I grew up with a mother who suffered from multiple personality disorder, she had a very reactive psyche. So growing up, all I saw was that's how you respond to people. Hello, Kath. There's everyone. So, okay. Also, all of my relationships were primarily concerned with sex. I was not interested in building strong relationships or friendships. In fact, it wasn't until my best friend came into my life that I learned the value of friendship, because I, having such an erratic childhood, spent time in foster homes, children's shelters. Hello, Barbara. Hello, Tahir. Hello, Evie's Reiki Haven. And so my life was always thrown up in the dust, and wherever I'd settle is where I'd be for the moment until I was somewhere else. So everything, when you're growing up in foster homes and children's shelters for a period of your life, nothing is ever permanent or set in stone. So consequently, anyone that I dated once I reached that age was merely just a passing fancy. And I can say that I was completely dominated by the second chakra. And then the third chakra was me always attempting to go out. I will not fear the readers. To go out into the world and try and live the American dream, let's put it that way. And I've tried a succession of different jobs, of different careers, none of which really worked out. And, you know, it's said that some of God's greatest gifts are unanswered prayers. And I've achieved a lot of experience, but, you know, the more you experience things that don't resonate with you, it only makes clear that which really does resonate with you. And because I've spent time in foster homes and children's shelters, I remember seeing kids who I knew that when they reached adult age, they were just going to be out of the system and then on their own. And so I always thought, why have children of my own when there are tons of children in foster homes and that would take any person, and that would be just as real a parental figure as their own parent, because you don't spread your legacy by spreading your DNA. Your legacy lives on by what you teach and share with others to help them in the struggles of the world. Hello, Belinda. Welcome. So when I speak of these chakras and the attitudes concerned and associated with them, I know it because I've lived it. Now, there are 7 chakras, and the 4th, 5th, 6th, and 7th, I only know intellectually of them, though I've had some experience with achieving those levels of consciousness, but I still am here in the world, and so I cannot relay these to you because each of us must find these experiences for ourselves. But I can explain them to you. So, and have my trusty notes here. So when we get to the level of the 4th chakra, as I mentioned, actually, let me make a correction. It is called anahata, which is meaning the sound of two things not hitting each other. You know, when the wind goes over my larynx cords, that creates vibration. The wind touching my larynx cords to create sound. That is two things hitting each other. So the sound of two things not hitting each other is Om. Sometimes it's seen as in Sanskrit as Om or Aum. And what Om is the symbolic sound of the radiance of the universe, or God, if you will. And that is the sound of two things not hitting each other. So when you pronounce this properly, Om, all the vowel sounds are generated, and consonants are merely regarded as interruptions of Om. And therefore, all words are merely fragments of Om, just as all of us are merely broken fragments of the one image. And so, Ah, or the first vowel sound, starts at the back of the throat. And when you generate this sound, it is symbolic of coming into creation. Ah. And then oo fills the mouth, and closes at the mouth. So this is a sequence of a journey. You're coming into being. You have fulfillment of that life being, and then you exit. Now, Om is known as the four-element sound. Ah, oo, And what is the fourth element? Well, that is the silence, out of which Om comes and back into which it goes, and which also underlies it. And Ah, or the first vowel sound, you would call waking consciousness. The forms of which we dwell, this gross body right here, it's not self-luminous. It has to be illuminated from outside. Here, duality prevails, dead and alive, past and future. And Oo is of dream consciousness. When you dream, you are surprised by your dream, and yet it is generated by an aspect of your of yourself of which your consciousness is unaware. So you and your dream are one, just as you and your God are one. And everybody has their own God, so there's no need to push yours on me. We're all aspects of the one energy that is radiating through all of us. Meg, I do not give readings. I am merely a guide and a teacher. However, I can recommend some individuals who I think are exceptional as far as giving readings, card readings. I mean, it is an aspect of my personality, but it's one that I have yet to work on. So, but leave a message in the comments section, and I'll give you someone who I think is fantastic for readings. So let's go to M.